Hello and welcome to another update video about ADA. It is getting a little bit more interesting. We start to see a break of the first short-term resistances, initial resistances on some of these altcoin charts, especially ADA seems to be on the move today, and maybe things are now getting a little bit more exciting as we are, as we start to see first signals of a turnaround. I mean, these green candles are the strongest ones we've seen in a while. That is promising. Those are the signals that we're watching. And it definitely shows at least a temporary failure of the bears that could have, that had yesterday a completed Elliott wave triangle, available. Yeah, shared with you in yesterday's video. Elliott wave triangle technically complete, but it takes a break below the 42.5 cent level to initially give us a signal that the fifth wave to the downside has started, which could take us to 36 to 38 cents. I mentioned though that these triangles, especially in the current cycle, they have, I think with the exception of like one or two, they failed. Okay, so therefore I said, okay, look, take these triangles, with a pinch of salt, and they might morph, they might transform. This is what's happening. It could still be a triangle, but now it takes another DE to confirm. And what we used the triangle for was to identify the first relevant resistance range highlighted here in red. Now that's broken. I can leave it in there. I leave it in. Maybe we get a retest. And it opens the door now to the next resistance level at 52.2 cents. As I said before, if we get above that level, that clearly demonstrates that the bulls want to at least give us a larger corrective bounce, and possibly it opens the door to the orange scenario, which is this diagonal pattern. Cryptos often rally from messy, ugly structures, but again, you can't really bet on that, or you can't rely on that, I should rather say. And we need the 5 waves, okay? We need the 5 waves to 64.5 cents to confirm that the larger degree wave 2 correction, which started here in March, actually finished. So my view is still bullish structure on the ADA chart against 29 cents. This includes either a rally from here as per the orange count, or one more low and then a rally. These are for me the most likely scenarios. A break below 29 cents would make me adjust my scenario. That's where I think the scenario needs to change. Until then, we are looking for signals, we're looking for indications that the price is turning around in this support zone. Yesterday, we've also observed a break of the descending trend line. So that happened that happened actually on Wednesday. And it now seems to be picking up steam, especially after the break above the initial resistance area. So as I said, next parameter, or next, let's say, resistance level to observe is 52.2 cents. And if we break above that, then I would like the third wave as per the orange count, which is the short-term bullish count. I want the third wave to reach 60.5 cents. This is the 138% Fibonacci extension. That needs to be reached in the third wave for me to, let's say, believe that this is actually unfolding as per the orange count. Then I will give you a support area for the fourth wave. Fourth waves tend to retrace to the 100% extension, or even the 78.6 extension. So we should see the fourth wave then get into the region between 54.7 to 51.6 cents. But because a breakdown to 51.6 cents would mean an overlap with wave 1, I'm not entirely sure if it's doing it. But because it's a diagonal, it's absolutely valid. But I'll take that level off the chart again. Don't need that now. I will add a retracement area anyway to the chart once we have an established top in place. And yeah, I think it's looking good. It's looking good. Definitely something that's somewhat promising. And these are the early signals that we're waiting for to indicate, okay, the low could be in. So far, what I've mentioned to you is that if the orange count is working out, it needs to rally from down here, because the invalidation point is the 1st of May low. So very, very good reward to risk ratio for the orange count. But until we see a break above resistance, absolutely no signals it wants to follow that. So yeah, that's sort of what we now need to be watching. The C wave in the triangle must not break above that 52.2 cent level. Doesn't mean the price couldn't do it. The price can, but then the triangle will be taken off the chart, okay? And that's where we can start to rule out the short-term bearish scenarios if the price breaks above key invalidation points. That's the advantage of Elliott wave, that it tells us when certain structures get more likely. Unfortunately, for the last few weeks, there was really nothing going on. The price caught between support and resistance. And obviously, as we observe the structures so closely, those initial breaks of support and resistance levels are interesting signals that now need to be monitored more closely going forward, as we need to watch for the 52.2 cent level, well, to ideally be broken, because then it opens the door for the more exciting phase. Okay, in the last few days, I made videos about ADA's upcoming rally and ADA's turnaround, because my assumption is still that we're in the bull market. Yeah, I think that's a very clear statement. Obviously, altcoin's more fragile than Bitcoin, but the idea is that as long as we're holding here our wave 2 correction support areas, a third wave rally should help take most of these altcoins higher in the next upcoming rally. And I think also the next rally means that a lot of people will be caught off guard because they didn't act, because they got bought out in this sideways range. But nothing new. Okay, so hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.